1200 metres, first leg of the PA. Starter pulls the lever and they often racing from their 1200 metre marker. Janneman was away very well. Janneman's one of the first to respond. Uncle Ticky Bird looking for a good position. Right up there, Siberian Fox. Midnight Verdict's racing behind that one. Then we go back to Settle the Dust. Miraculous Man is against the panels with the blue sleeves, about 5 lengths off the leader. Greek Mafia's behind that one. Then we go back to Who Are You, who's racing 6 off them. Further back to Green Falcon. Then comes Shambok racing in the second half of the field, about 8 or 9 lengths off them. Hamlet's behind that one, and Myers Cat needs to get past them all. So Uncle Ticky Bird got to the lead by just over a length and a tail. In second is Siberian Fox. Coming into the home turn deep is Greek Mafia. Behind that one is Midnight Verdict. They homeward bound. Who Are You is racing 5 off them, and Janneman's on the inside, but Uncle Ticky Bird feels pressure. Siberian Fox on the outside. They've drawn well clear of the balance of the field, but Uncle Ticky Bird is well in command, and Uncle Ticky Bird, Pay, wins a good race. Siberian Fox second, third goes to Green Falcon, and fourth to Myers Cat. You can see Richard Fourie down in the saddle, punching this one out. Siberian Fox moved up for about 100 meters, but Uncle Ticky Bird quickly put that one to sleep, the last 150. All right, so that's how we open up the PA. The big one of the afternoon, the big pick 6 carryover. That all starts race 3 at 13:50.
Welcome back, and yeah, Alan Creer, first leg this afternoon's place accumulator number 1, Uncle Ticky Bird, a son of Vercingetrix, comes out to win and wins well in the hands of Richard Fourie. Obviously, we've moved from turf to poly. Wasn't sure what to expect there, Richard, but you'll be happy with the win. Well caught there. You can play in the slips on the cricket side. So, Richard, well done to you. Nice way to start the day as well. Give us a bit of feedback about Uncle Ticky Bird.
Yeah, look, I feel if we were on the grass today, we probably would have got beat. The draw was always going to be a factor today, but when the gates opened, he was the first one out, and I never really gave him a breather at any given time. But I remember riding him last time in the same sort of conditions race, and I said to Mr. Griff, a normal maiden where we all carry 60, next time I'm winning. So okay. Then I saw this race carrying 61, 14 draw. On the poly, I thought it's going to be tough, but you know, he helped me in the beginning of the race where he jumped out and he took matters into his own stride, and he went forward nicely, and couldn't give him a breather. But when we straightened up, I still felt like I had a lot of horse left, and you know, they came to his girth at one stage, and then he just shook them off, and he won a nice race. So well done to Mr. Grier, to the team, to the owners, thank you very much, and then also to my sponsors at Winning Form.
All right, let's quickly touch. You're a top jockey.
I try to be.
No, you are, and they get from us. The wind out there, does it change plans for the jockeys? Do they all want to just oil and get to the front this afternoon? That's important. We've got a carryover pick 6, 3 million rand this afternoon, the pick 6 expected pool. It's the first time in the Eastern Cape for many, many years. So we want to point the guys in the right direction. Will that play a part?
Look, you know, you want to try and do something like that, but if the horse is not comfortable or in an uncomfortable position where he's not used to being, it's still going to, I would say, backfire. You get your fast horses that are naturally fast, naturally there. You know, those are the sort of horses you might have to consider putting in. But I don't think much has changed. I think the last time when we raced in the poly, the last 3 races, they came from right off them. So okay. You can do suicidal things. It's not going to work in your favour. But I think the punters would pick the right sort of horses in this sort of conditions. It's not as strong, the wind is like 20, 25 knots. I thought it was going to blow a little bit more than that, but it's a consistent wind, and I think draws will definitely be a factor. If you got a quick draw, like in the first 5 with the fast horse, you're going to get a softer sort of race, yeah. All
right, now I'm going to ask you. Okay, I'm not going to ask you about all the horses, because some of them you haven't ridden before. I want to know, you're riding Duncan McKenzie's runner, Mshlabeni today, a horse with a big heart, can be races right up there as well. It's over 2,000 metres. What do you think?
Lovely horse. He carries 60 kilos. I think there's a 52 in the race that caught my eye.
Yeah.
I think Grant's riding it, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Um,
Was it not a blue? No, it wasn't that one. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, and you know he's a hardy horse, and he tries his heart out.
All right, cliff top for Alan Greef.
Lovely draw, lovely galloping weight.
Close to a banker? Yes, no, maybe?
Pretty much, but you got to respect the Cape Town horse Countdown. I think he beat Bereave, and Bereave won the Diadem, so there is a form line there. Usually have to respect as always.
All right, and there's a little bit of talk about race 8, number 8, Lady Mystico. You haven't been on Lady Mystico, but I think you know the horse from Cape Town, don't you?
Yes, I do, but I also feel I have to beat my own stable there on Remo. So,
okay, number 1.
In my favour is the draw and the Polly and the 1400. I watched her last time. I ran third in a race, where she ran fourth, and was a cracking run. So I was quick to try and get on her as quick as I can for this time around.
Tremendous. Thanks so much, Richard. Sorry
Awesome.
we had to squeeze
No
you.
problem.
Trying to get the guys to have the best chance possible.
Only a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, Richard Fourie doing it there for the races. And let's get Alan Greef into the picture now. We'll touch on his runners, don't you worry. We're going to squeeze him as well a little bit here. But Alan, firstly, well done to you. The guys, ASSM, the syndicate involved, everybody involved. Nice to see visitors on course as well. Lovely.
Yeah, very well done to ASSM Racing, Arun Chada and Warren Rippon. And, you know, they turning out the winners, and they went through a lean spell, but it's changed and they're getting winners now, so very well done to them. I must say, I knew that the poly track would suit the horse, but when they changed to poly and he'll end up being drawn right on the outside, I was a little bit concerned because I'd earmarked him for another race in about 4 weeks' time on the poly. So I thought, you know, on the grass today, if he didn't win, we'd go into the poly, which I thought would be great for him. I changed to the poly. My hopes went up, but I was a little bit concerned about the draw, but Richard sorted that out in a couple of meters. You know, he jumped well, and the next minute he was in front dictating the race. So very well done to Warren and to Arun and to the RA. I know Marilyn's standing there.
Marilyn in the picture here. The extra 15,000 from the Racehorse Owners Association. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. And, you know, this is money that goes a long way, and it shows it's worth being an RA member. Thank you very
Absolutely.
much. And, you know, it's great to have some friends here, not only local, but from overseas. So they led the horse in, and they're enjoying the experience. Nothing new to them, though, most of them, but it's nice to have them here.
All right, lovely. Now, don't run away. We squeezed, no, don't go away. We squeezed Richard. Now we're going to squeeze you a little bit, Mr. Greef. We've got a pick 6 coming on. Isn't it nice to have a pick 6 carryover in the Eastern Cape?
100%, you know, and hopefully the guys have taken note and are taking their bets.
All right, and Afrikaans, and for international viewers won't know that, but there's Afrikaans saying, no moet jy uithaal en wys. So you need to now point us in the right direction here. We're starting the pick 6 coming up now. You've got Teardrop. Some people are leaning towards going field, big in that race. I think Teardrop's got a definite each-way chance.
Yeah, you know, Teardrop's having her first run for the yard, but she's had a run in the Eastern Cape. Her work is really nice, and I expect a big race for her. What I can say is, you know, I don't know if she will win or not, but I think she's got a chance on her work, but don't leave her out.
All right, that's important. You've got a Blue Azure in race 4, number 7.
Blue Azure ran a cracking race the other day, beaten by Grazing in the Grass. He's
no weight today.
No weight today, and hopefully he runs a similar race, so yeah.
All right, race 5, you've got Mrs. Hotline, Respectable Miss, Wildest Dreams. Which one do we put in?
Oh, I think that's an incredibly hard race. You know, Wildest Dreams carrying 62, Respectable Miss carrying 61. They got big weights, but they're down in class. I think you're going to have to search a little bit further, but I definitely have Wildest Dreams in there. She does show that she likes the poly, but she is drawn wide.
All right, in race 6, you've got Dammy and Heathcliff.
Heathcliff's my choice there, but Cape Town horses are the one to keep an eye on as well.
Absolutely.
Plus,
race 7, you've got Cliff Top and Inherit the Rain. I tried to squeeze a bit from Richard there. This was, to me, I thought last time could have got a bit closer, my opinion. How are we going to do on the poly? Good?
Yeah, he's won on the poly, and, you know, so he's shown his mettle there, and he's a good horse, and I think, you know, he's just got as good a chance as ever. Like Richard said, the Cape Town horse has got the form behind Bereave, but he's going on to the poly here in the Eastern Cape, and we've been on it.
All right, and then you've got whatever next in the same race as well.
100%, you know, you Inherit the Rain as well. Likes the poly, don't forget about him. He has enjoyed the poly over his last couple of runs when he was on it.
All right, now, just final say quickly, race 8, you've got 4 runners. Ancestral Prayer, definitely, maybe. Lady Mystico, we heard Richard, and number 1, Rima. Do we go 1 and 8, or do we put the others in as well?
I think 1 and 8 should be enough.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
There we go. You've got to squeeze him to get that last little bit of ounce out as well for the pick six. It starts coming up shortly now in race 3. 3 million rand in the pot. You've got to have a chance to dance.